Hi all, this is Aaron again with another video update from my trip around France. As usual, check out the playlist and subscribe for more updates. So yeah, this is the Mediterranean. I'm just east of Marseille, so Marseille is whatever 30 kilometers or something over there. But I'm not going to talk about Marseille now or the Mediterranean because my last video was about 8 or 9 days ago. So at the end of this video I'll talk more about those last few days in Brittany and in the Pays de la Loire at the Chateau, Chambord, and there's a great Da Vinci museum there as well. So King Francis I connects those two, so I'll talk about that. But before I get to that, just kind of a weather update on my plans, overall plans. So in the last week I went down to, after leaving the northwest, I went down to the southwest, Biarritz and Bordeaux, and I'll make another short video on that later. But my plan was to go to the Pyrenees, but the weather forecast is basically awful everywhere in France except down here on the south and the southeast. So initially I was kind of disappointed at that because I really wanted to go to the Pyrenees next, but like the southernmost parts of the Alps now have good weather, so I can definitely stay in the French Alps for the next few days because there is good weather. There should be good weather here and also, you know, closer to Italy in the Alps for at least the next week, I think. So I've already found quite a few climbs on the French-Italian border that I want to do, and then I like it. Yeah, so yeah, that's enough for my general plan. Stay around the Felt Jobs for a week. Yeah, so I visited Chateau de Chambord, and yeah, I didn't take any photos of it, but it's not hard to find amazing photos of it online. Yeah, at the end of my last video I was here actually, so yeah, you can see a video of it, not a photo of it. Yeah, it was made by King Francis I, who was King of France in the early 16th century, and very important king of France. Like he kind of yeah, part of the story of how kind of modern France was united and so on. But what is yeah? So the chateau itself is pretty cool. Like you know. There are lots of nice buildings everywhere and they can get a little bit boring, but this was particularly big and very impressive, and they had some modern art exhibitions inside the museum as well, which like I'm not really very interested in, but I've made a bit of variety, and I don't have the videos of that here. One strange thing was the church inside had a skeleton hanging from the roof. And I forget the religious significance of this, but yeah, this was intentional. Back in the day, back in the 16th century. Oh, here's a great view from the castle itself. Anyway, this king was also impressed with Da Vinci, basically, so he gave Da Vinci a house, which I also visited. And so Da Vinci spent the last few years of his life here before he died. So before I went to the chateau, I went to this Da Vinci museum, so near Tours. Oh yeah, this is not in Brittany. This is just after I left Brittany, alongside it in the Pays de la Loire. And yeah, this museum is great. What I particularly liked was that a lot of people will know Leonardo da Vinci mostly from his art, in particular the Mona Lisa. But this museum was more varied. It had a lot of his science and his engineering. So he kind of invented the modern bicycle. So this wasn't made by him, but this was made recently based on his notes, using materials that he would have had available at the time. And like he did essentially invent the idea of a chain, like a steel chain being used in a bicycle, basically. I thought this was an interesting quote. When I believe I've learned to live, then I will learn to die, I guess. What else happened? Oh yes, some geometry stuff. Yeah, various geometric shapes, regular. Well, I guess they're platonic solids at least, or maybe they're not. Is that a dodecahedron? Second from the right, and a glider that he designed. Oh, and he was a vegetarian. So yeah, they just kind of give an example of the kind of stuff that he would eat. So Leonardo da Vinci was a vegetarian. So yeah, that was those 2 days. I like those museums, and afterwards I went south along the Atlantic. Well, using a train to get to Bordeaux. One more brief thing about Da Vinci. So in the park around the museum where he was based, where he lived, sorry, he or in the park now they have built a lot of the devices that he worked on, including an Archimedean screw. So I guess Archimedes invented that, but a screw based device for pumping water up. Yeah, an Archimedean screw.